So what I can do is I can take equation 1, and I can isolate one of my variables. The easiest one in this case is x2, because its coefficient is already 1. So I have to move over the x1 term to the other side, so I get 14 minus 4x1. I could have equally, just as fairly, isolated x1 in my first equation and move the x2 over. The downside by hand in doing that is that I have to divide everything by 4 to get x1 by itself. So I'll have a 14 over 4, I'll have a 1 over 4, and by hand that's just less convenient to have, but it's equally correct. Or I could have used my second equation, I could have isolated x1 and x2 there. There's a lot of options for this. This is only one way, and I think the most straightforward way. So what this does is I now have an expression for x2 in terms of x1. So what I can do is rewrite my second equation with this rule imposed. So 2x1 I'm going to keep, but now instead of writing x2, I'm going to use the definition I got from my first equation. So x2 I know is the same as 14 minus 4x1. And what that allows me to do is now in 2a, the only unknown I have now is x1. So what I've done is gone from 2 equations for 2 unknowns. Now in 2a, I have this 1 equation for my 1 unknown. And then this I'll be able to solve. So first I can expand this out. I can then group like terms. I have an x1, I have an x1 here, so 10x1 on my left-hand side. Move the 42 over to the right-hand side and get negative 30. And then, again, 1 equation for 1 unknown, divide through by negative 10. Now I get that x1 must be equal to 3. So we know x1, we now need to find x2. And this is why I like, at least for 2x2 systems, to use substitution instead of elimination. Because now it's easy to get to my answer, because I already wrote down 1a, and here I already have on my left-hand side x2. So at this point, I can plug in the answer I just found, and I can very quickly get my answer for x2. With elimination, I would have a couple of extra steps to get whatever the variable is I didn't solve the first time. But I'll get the same answer in the end. But now I can rewrite this, knowing the value for x1 is 14 minus 12. So x2 is going to be equal to 2.